So we went there on Wednesday and just asked them real nicely, be like, hey, we noticed our packages haven't been getting scanned in. It affects our rate if they don't. Would you mind just scanning these in for us? And at that point, guys, that's where things really took a turn. Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of AMS Weekly, week 30. If you guys are new here, my name is Alex. I am the owner of AMS Transfers. We are a custom screen print and DTF transfer supplier located in Houston, Texas. All right guys, Wednesday morning here at the shop. Time is currently 8:26. I got to the shop at about 7:15 this morning. Got some of the screens burned for the custom screen print orders that we have to get printed today. We have 2 orders on the docket. One of them is 60 sheets and the other one is 100 sheets. The one right here is going to be black ink. That one's the 100 sheet. This one is white ink and that is 60 sheets. Jake and Michaela currently are out at HEB going to run to get some of the bottled water for the shop. We are down to our last 5-gallon thing, so we needed to get some more. This is, I think, going to be Jake's last week, either this week or next week. I'm not exactly sure on what his timing is for going back to school. So we are just trying to make sure that we get the most of Jake while we have him. We already have started posting a job on Indeed for a machine operator, someone to take Jake's place once he leaves for school. But yeah, everything has been going pretty smooth this morning. Had no problems getting the screens burned. While I was burning the screens, Michaela went ahead and got our DTF printer up and running. If you guys haven't seen before, this is our 24-inch Audley DTF printer. It is a full color direct-to-film printer. We have the 24-inch, so it can fit a 24-inch roll of film and print 2 11 by 11-inch designs on the same sheet next to each other. I think I actually just saw them come back, so we are going to start getting the car unloaded. I got to open up the door for them. Let's get it going. All right guys, time is 11:49. I was just working on the computer and Michaela came running over and was like, FedEx is here, what did we order? And I had no idea what we ordered from FedEx, but it turns out the supplies that we actually ordered for the printer, they shipped separately via FedEx for some reason, and we got them. So we have all of the supplies that we ended up ordering for this job, at least I think all of them. It kind of looks like it's not all of it, like it doesn't look like it's enough, but we'll have to go through and make sure everything matches with the invoice and that we got what we paid for. I'm not sure if there's more packages still coming or what. Honestly, I did not expect any of this to show up today. I thought it would come like when the printer came. I wasn't expecting them to be shipped separately. So taking a look, we got a whole bunch of stuff. So all of this is our white ink. And then I think this even also might be white. Let's see, yep, this is the white ink. So we have 2 full boxes of white ink. And then wait, this is white too?
Yeah.
No, wait, no, this is different. This is like magenta, cyan. Okay, so yeah, we got to unbox all this, see what we got, make sure everything matches the invoice, and then I'll set up a time lapse for you guys. Pretty exciting, was not expecting to get all this stuff today. What's kind of annoying is, just yesterday I placed an order for ink from DTF Superstore because we were all out, and I had to pay DTF Superstore prices not knowing that this was coming today, and I still haven't even gotten the DTF Superstore ones, and I paid for second day air shipping on that one, so really screwed the pooch on that one. If only I knew that these were coming, but I didn't even get a tracking number for anything like that showed that these were in the US. All I have is the like generic tracking number that I can't even look up things for. But yeah, whatever. Let's get this unpacked. $1:45, just ate some lunch, and while we were eating lunch, we had a order came in, and the order is a customer placed a rush on it. So if you guys are new to the channel, Rush means that the customer paid extra to have their order placed at the top of the queue and have it shipped the next business day. So I have just been working on getting everything sorted with that. It's going to be 3 separate designs. So I got the transparencies printed for those right now. Right now I'm going to go ahead and get burning those so that we can hopefully maybe get them started today, but if not, the more likely scenario will be we'll get them started first thing tomorrow morning, and we don't have to wait for me to burn the screens, for the screens to dry, everything like that. We'll have everything ready to go. Out of Q-tips, but I like using Q-tips to go into the emulsion to fix any pinholes that we have. So right now I'll actually show you guys. While I was washing out the screen, this just happens from time to time. I got this pinhole right here, and that's going to be pretty hard to fix with a piece of tape. So what I'm going to do actually is open up my bucket of emulsion, go ahead and grab a Q-tip, which I clearly need to order more of, and then just get a little bit on the Q-tip. And then with this, I'm going to do my surgery, as I call it, on the screen, and just do a little dab of emulsion right there on that one spot. And then once it dries, it'll harden and fix the pinhole. So now I'm just going to go ahead and go through the screen, make sure that there's no other pinholes, and then do the same thing for the 2 other screens. But as I was washing those out, I didn't see any problems, so I think those ones are all good. Alright guys, got the screens all burned. They just have to start drying now. While I was doing that, Jake looks like he finished up the order that he was working on today. So we had 2 screen print orders. Like I showed you guys earlier, we got both of those wrapped up. Turned out quite well. So got those all good to go. Right now, Jake is going to be working on getting these transfers cut up here. Today was a pretty heavy day on WW transfers. So basically, I think Michaela spent the entire morning up until I think like just now, like 1 p.m. Printing WW transfers. Because we had a crazy weekend. So I will put something up on the screen for you guys now somewhere. But Michaela posted a TikTok, and that TikTok went off. And when I say off, it had 90, oh no, sorry, let me get the correct number for you. So there was actually 2. There was one that had 467,000 views, and on that video it had 39,000 likes, 229 comments, and 4,000 saves. And then not only that, but then she also had another one that went pretty viral as well. Ended up getting 443,000 views, and on that one it had 15.6 thousand likes, 15.6k likes, 151 comments, and 2,300 saves. And both of those TikToks that ended up going viral were of the Halloween Town design. I'll put up a picture here, and I'll even put up the videos that ended up going viral for Michaela. It's just insane. So both of those videos popped off, and we have been getting flooded with Halloween Town transfer design orders. I think we printed the pick list for it, and we had like 187 just of that one design that needed to be printed for just the orders that needed to go out today. So it's been pretty crazy. We ended up having like, I think 125 orders on TikTok Shop, and then we had like a similar number on the website. I think even a little bit more. So It's been absolutely crazy. I'm a little worried about the TikTok shop orders because I think most of the people on there honestly thought that they might be getting like the whole printed t-shirt, even though it was only $3.50. Because like there was like 3 people who put like the size that they wanted, like a medium, large, whatever, in the comments. So I'm a little worried about that. I do feel like it was because we were sold that on TikTok shop, so it was like quite easy for people to purchase. And I worry that some people think that they're actually getting the whole crew neck, when in reality we're just selling the transfers. I mean, I feel like we can't make it any more clear. It literally says in the description, like you're only buying the transfer, not the whole t-shirt, but you know, people don't read descriptions. So we'll just have to see with that. The other update with TikTok shop is they have this SLA where if you ship an order and then it doesn't like get shown up on tracking or hit the mail stream within 3 days or 2 days, whatever it is, they'll go ahead and cancel and refund the customer. Like even so, you upload tracking, but then like say something happens, like USPS doesn't scan it in, which is literally what has been happening to us. We've been dropping off all of our packages and USPS isn't scanning them in until like the day they get delivered. So like we just had this one order on July 22nd, TikTok auto refunded and canceled the order. But then on that same day, USPS updated the tracking that they delivered the package. So, I mean, just another one of those things how TikTok is bearing down on us, trying to exert their control and protect their regime that they're trying to build here. But it's absolutely crazy. I don't even know what to do here. Like, not only that, but TikTok also in the past like 7 days locked down shipping on their platform. So now you can only buy shipping labels through TikTok shop. I'm not sure if I talked about this last week or not. I think I might have. It's like a similar price to what we were paying for the shipping label, so that's not the problem. But it's just like we exported all of our orders from TikTok shop into ShipStation because that's where we have our inventory management. And now TikTok allows you to still export your orders, but they like censor all of the customer information. So it's just like K star 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 space A star 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 star, and like they don't give us any of the information anymore. Like, guys, what is this? This is the most locked down, oppressive stuff I think I've ever, I mean, it definitely is. It's the most oppressive shit I've ever seen, ever. I don't even know what to say. It's so crazy. Like, it's hard to believe, honestly. But, I mean, I don't know. I guess you have to play by their rules if you want to get the views on TikTok, because both of those videos that ended up going viral had TikTok shop products linked. So like on a video, you can like link an actual product that you are promoting in that video, and then customers can click it and buy it super easily. So I do think that that's the only reason these videos went viral, because TikTok is literally making money off of each like every person they view, and every sale we get, they get their cut of it. So it's like win-win for them. But yeah, I don't know. The oppression that they're exerting is strong. Good morning, guys. Friday morning here at the shop. Time is 7:25. Got to the office at about 7 this morning. Tried to get here as early as we can and get the DTF printer up and running. So right now we have some of our Halloween themed gang sheets running because like I said earlier in the week, we have a whole bunch of orders on TikTok shop that we need to get sent out. So right now Michaela is printing all of the labels and the packing slips. So once she's done printing those, we'll go through and figure out everything that we need to get printed for today. The really annoying thing is this is just so many steps backwards, because we've already had all these things figured out, like with the pick lists and ShipStation. If you guys watch, like, I think it was like week 7 to week like 11. That was just me figuring out how to best optimize all this using our Shopify store. So now that we are on TikTok shop as well, it's like a complete step backwards, and we have to figure out ways to optimize our flow and everything, just so that we can get the orders shipped out on time and shipped out correctly, of course. So back to the old days where we gotta just like go through the packing slips and then create a list with like tally marks next to them or something. I don't know. I guess that's what we're gonna end up doing. But yeah, there's been a lot going on this week. Unfortunately, Jake is done. This was his last day yesterday, so it's just going to be Michaela and I. I already posted a job on Indeed, so I'll talk about that a little bit later too. And then we also had a shipping dilemma this week, which I'll try and talk to you guys a little bit later as well. But man, guys, it's been a busy week. A lot going on. I wish I could have showed you guys the shipping dilemma because I'll just get into that later. But yeah, right now I am working on getting some screens coated because we have no manual screens in inventory, so I need to get these coated real quick so that they can start drying, and then hopefully by that time Michaela will be done with the labels and we can get to figuring out what we need to get printed for today. And Utopia dropped just today, so got that playing on the speakers in the background. Alright guys, got the screens all coated. Now I just got to turn on the heater and let these guys dry. Hopefully Michaela is done with the shipping labels and we can get going on what we need to get printed for today. I think the file that we just loaded up hastily on the printer just to get it going, because we knew that we would need some Halloween gang sheets in the orders, is about to finish, so we got to get another file loaded up. That printer has to be going all day today. We need to make sure that we can get all these orders out, and we need to, I think, make, I would say probably like 60 to 70% of the transfers that are actually in the order. So we really need that printer up and running today. We need it going 24/7, so we need to make sure that we have a file ready to go for when this one finishes so that it can just start right up and there's no downtime at all. I mean, this should tell you about the type of morning that we got going. It's currently, oh goodness, 7:48. And I don't even have my laptop set up. What? Michaela just came over to me and showed me this. First I thought it was a pile of like screen print transfers, but these are actually shipping labels. I don't know what happened to my computer right there. 11:56. Michaela and I have gotten everything squared away with the printer. We got all of the labels printed, went over the packing slips, got everything put into Digital Factory that we need to get printed today. It's looking like it probably isn't going to take all day. Hopefully we should be able to have all of the prints done by 2 p.m. That way we can cut the film, get the transfers cut up, and then we can start. Michaela's shaking her head like that's not going to happen. What?
It's taken an hour for that print to get to an hour and a half almost to get to like 50%. And you have a file that's 200 inches long.
So it'll probably be done by 3? Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed for that. So we're just going to let the printer run. Hopefully everything works well. It's a whole bunch of super colorful designs, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be using all the nozzles in the printer, so we shouldn't have to worry about nozzle clogs and banding starting to happen midway through the print, hopefully. Fingers crossed on that. But now we are going to, I think, grab some lunch and then just sit back and watch the printer, make sure everything gets printed well. I have some t-shirts that I have to get printed today. I already printed the transparencies. I still have to burn the screens. But before I do that, I actually wanted to go over a little bit of what I was talking about earlier this morning with the shipping scenario. So it was a process, to say the least. On probably the beginning of last week, we started noticing that we dropped off packages at the post office. None of the packages were getting scanned in. And it's not that big of an issue. This has happened before. Typically they get scanned in when they reach the distribution center. So they go from the post office to the distribution center, and then typically they'll get scanned in there. And it hasn't been that big of a deal when this has happened in the past. However, the packages have not been getting scanned in at the distribution center and have basically been making it all the way to the customer, and then once they get to the customer's post office, they finally get scanned in and marked as delivered. The reason why this has become a big problem is because on TikTok Shop, if you ship an order, you buy the shipping label, there starts a 2-day timer. And the carrier has to show that they have received the package within that 2-day timer, or else TikTok will cancel and refund the order. So that puts a strong incentive on us to make sure that these packages get scanned in. Otherwise, we're just shipping customers their orders. TikTok would refund them because they aren't getting scanned into the post office, yet they would still get their package delivered at the end of the day. So this was a really big thorn in our side. Luckily, it's only happened to like probably 5 or 6 packages so far, orders in TikTok. And of those, we've been able to contact TikTok Shop and be like, hey, the tracking updated and is marked that it's delivered. Is there anything you can do? And on one of the orders, they were able to offer us a courtesy credit, and they were still investigating the other one. So hopefully those all come through and work for us in the end. But what this all has to do with is on Wednesday of this week, we went to the post office and asked them what has been going on. Because I was just basically under the impression, so if you guys know what's going on kind of in the background this week, UPS, the Teamsters Union, was planning on going on strike. So it was my thinking that USPS was just overwhelmed with all of the packages from other businesses who used to ship UPS, who were concerned about the strike, switching to then using USPS. So I kind of just gave them the benefit of the doubt that they were overwhelmed and they weren't not scanning in the packages because of that. So we went there on Wednesday and just asked them real nicely, be like, hey, we noticed our packages haven't been getting scanned in. It affects our rate if they don't. Would you mind just scanning these in for us? And at that point, guys, that's where things really took a turn. So the postal employee, who we ended up finding out later was a supervisor there, takes a look at our packaging and then looks at the return address on the label, and she said,
oh, you guys are WW Transfers.
And we're like, yep, that's us. And then she's like,
no, these postage these labels aren't good. Like they don't have any postage paid.
And we're like, what? What are you talking about? She said,
it's showing 0 postage paid on Track and Confirm.
So we're like, I don't know what you're talking about. They charge our account. We're getting charged for it. So a little bit of background, we buy all of our shipping labels basically through third parties. We buy them from 4 different places: Etsy, Pirate Ship, ShipStation, and TikTok Shop. So none of the places we're actually buying directly from the post office. They're all going through a third party. So we're not even the ones who are generating the labels. It's all through a third party, one of the 4 vendors that I mentioned. So when they were saying this, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I get charged every day at the end of the day for all of the shipping labels that I purchased. And I mean, like, I could show you my bank account. Like, I got the receipts here and everything.
And she's like, no, these are counterfeit labels. These are counterfeit shipping labels. She accused us of using counterfeit shipping labels. These show 0 postage paid, she was saying.
So I was like, all right, I mean, you're accusing me of using counterfeit labels. That's like a serious offense. Like, I'm not trying to be accused of that here. And I was like, I literally can show you the receipts. I'm paying for the labels. Like, stamps.com is charging me. So ShipStation uses stamps.com to buy their labels. So it's like a third party of a third party. I know it's like, that's complicated. So I'll like skip ahead a few minutes in the conversation here. I eventually got her to like calm down and see that we weren't trying to pull a fast one on the post office, pull a fast one on her. This is honestly just a misunderstanding and we need to work through this. So I finally got her to that bridge, but it was not easy and she did not want to see it our way. She just kept on thinking we were scammers and trying to defraud the postal service. But yeah, so we ended the conversation with she was going to give our number to the inspector who was handling our case, and he would be giving us a call. So that's where we left Wednesday. And then Thursday rolls around. Of course, after a full night of stewing, stressing, and thinking about this, Michaela and I grab all of the documentation we can possibly can, all of the reports, all of the receipts, everything showing that we are paying for these labels that we are shipping them out in. And tried to assemble all of the information we can, which, by the way, we dropped off like 30 packages the day before on Wednesday. None of those packages got scanned in. That's cool. So we go there first thing, 9 a.m. Thursday morning, yesterday. all of the documentation in hand, knock on the door, it's a different supervisor. So I had to explain the whole situation over again, and this supervisor, luckily, was very nice, very forthcoming with the information, told us some things that we could try and do to rectify it, although they weren't very helpful. Basically, she just said, stop using that platform to buy your labels. Not the most helpful there. But yeah, we took 2 different shipping labels, one generated in ShipStation, one generated in TikTok Shop, and we're like, hey, can you scan these? Because at first we thought it was TikTok Shop's labels. Like, honestly, I wouldn't put it past TikTok to like be defrauding the Postal Service. Like, that sounds like something they would do, honestly, with how the platform is. I don't know. So I was thinking it was going to be TikTok Shop's labels that were like messing up. They weren't showing in the system. But turns out the TikTok Shop label we had bought on Wednesday night. So we went Thursday morning, all of our stuff in hand, had them scan the TikTok Shop label and the ShipStation label, and lo and behold, the TikTok label scanned and showed postage paid, everything. That label was all good. But then the ShipStation label that we had bought a few minutes prior to actually heading out to the post office, that label, they said they had no record of it. The tracking number does not exist. It is and again, they use this word, a fraudulent label. I had literally just purchased the label like 20 minutes before. I have the debit from my account. I have a receipt showing that I paid for it, everything. And the person couldn't help me. So this was at like 9 a.m. We show them all this documentation. They still can't help us. We leave. And then at that time, it was kind of all starting to hit me. So if you guys remember, I said that I had bought the TikTok Shop label before on Wednesday night, and then we went on Thursday. And that label worked. They were able to scan that label and show the correct postage paid, everything. That label was all good. But the ShipStation one that we had generated that same day about 20 minutes prior did not work. Now, if you guys are familiar, you ship a lot of packages with USPS, you know that when you buy a label and then you click like the tracking and go to the USPS website to track that package, it might say label created, not yet in system. So my wheels in my head started to turn, and I began to wonder if the label just was not showing up in USPS's system because we had already generated the label like just a few short minutes ago, and it just hasn't had time to sync back and forth with their system and the third party, everything, whatever they got going on. So with that in mind, at about like 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. Thursday, we ended up just buying all of the shipping labels that we were going to ship for that day. So we bought them all, and then just like sat on them, did what we normally do, and packaged them up at 3 and took them to the post office around 4. So we took them to the post office, same one, at 4 p.m. Ring the bell, the same lady who was helping us on Wednesday, accusing us of the counterfeit labels, opens the door, and we're like, hey, we tried something different with these. Would you mind giving this a try, scanning it, seeing if it comes up on your system? So 3, 4, 5 anxious minutes go by, and then she comes back. She comes back with a piece of paper and is like, yes, ma'am, because she was talking to Michaela. I wish Michaela would do her impression of it. The person was like super excited. It was a pretty awesome moment, honestly. But yeah, so finally, the label scanned, everything was showing in their system, and we were able to ship our freaking packages. So, at the end of the day, it all really stemmed down to the fact that we were buying our shipping labels too soon to when we were dropping them off. Because like we would buy our shipping labels about like 3:50, 4 p.m., and then we would drop them off at about 4:35. So they have to get those packages scanned and then loaded onto the truck, because their truck from the post office has to leave, I think, around like 6 p.m. to make it to the distribution center in time. So they didn't have that window for the packages and the tracking numbers to sync from the third party to their system, and therefore when they went to go scan them, nothing was showing up in their system. And I guess when nothing shows up in their system, their first thought is to accuse the customer of fraudulently and counterfeiting USPS labels. I guess the thought really never occurred to them that this might be happening, that they're generating the labels too fast. No, that's crazy. These guys are counterfeiting. So yeah, at the end of the day, everything got figured out, thankfully, but to no help from the postal employees, from basically anyone, because with all of this, we emailed like anybody and everybody that we could. We emailed ShipStation. We emailed TikTok Shop. And I still haven't heard back from ShipStation. What's going on there? I emailed them at like 7 a.m. Yesterday, so Thursday morning. I haven't heard a reply. That a great customer service there, ShipStation, doing an A+ job. And then TikTok Shop simply asked me to elaborate. So yeah, everyone was super helpful in getting this resolved and wanting to help me. Everything. I hope you guys have enjoyed my rant. If any of you are still here, please leave a like on the video. It would really make me feel better. And if you are interested, maybe hit the subscribe button. But yeah, guys, that's what Wednesday and Thursday looked for me. I apologize for not getting any clips. I did get an audio recording, which if it's at all usable, maybe I'll throw in like a clip or two right now. But man, guys, that was nuts. It's like whenever someone accuses you of anything, yeah, that's really annoying. But like to go after your integrity and to say that you're fraudulently generating USPS labels, like, I don't know, man. I don't take that lightly. 110, got the film cut. The printer was still running, but I just went ahead and switched out the rolls. So now I can go ahead and get started cutting out all of these transfers. I think there's like 200 in here, so better get started now so that we can hopefully still make the time today. Get all these orders packaged up and sent out. This should take me a minute, so I think I'm going to put on Utopia, give it another second listen. First listen was quite quality. If you guys are into rap and Travis Scott in general, let me know in the comments what you guys thought of it, but let's go ahead, get these guys cut up, put on Utopia. 3:31, guys. Got the TikTok Shop orders all packaged up. That was a tough one. There was like, I think 100 and some odd change numbers. So we got some there that have to go, and then another huge pile. We're not still done. We still have a pile of WW transfer orders. There's like 25 in that pile, but we're gonna go get these dropped off at the post office in hopes that they can get them scanned in before they have to put them on the truck to the distribution center. So fingers crossed that they scan these in, guys, because if not, TikTok is going to cancel all of these orders, and then we're gonna have to reach out to customer support, and we'll see how all of that goes. But fingers crossed they can just scan them in. All right, guys, 5:06. I think we're gonna call it there. The film on the printer just ran out, and it's already 5:06. So I think we better just get what we got here sent over to the post office, drop that other one off at UPS, and just call it today. I think we probably have like 8 orders that didn't get out of the 120, but I mean, we really did the best we could. Gonna have to get those sent out on Monday, and yeah. I don't know what footage I got this week. I think this is going to be a pretty weak vlog, but if you guys are still sticking around, thank you so much. Really appreciate all of the support that you guys do show on the channel, whether it is a like, you guys are commenting down below, or anything. I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys. So with that, next week I'm going to really make a conscious effort to get a lot more of just what's going on during the day kind of clips, and each day of the week again. I started out with that way, like the first 15 weeks of doing this. I really was pretty consistent, showing you guys exactly what was going on day to day. So I'm going to try and get back into that. I know that I've really been slacking the past couple of weeks, but it's been crazy busy around here, so can't complain about that. Just got to try and figure out a way to make everything work together so that I can provide you guys with the best type of content that I can. But with that, guys, thank you again for sticking around this long. I'll see you guys next week.